Every time that you leave my house, I fear that your truck flips or crashes.
Hey everybody, this is my long-awaited tattoo video. So I'll be talking about my tattoos, the origin of my tattoos, any ideas that made me get the tattoos that I have, and the pain level, and also almost forgot, I'll be talking about the cost of the tattoos I got. So one of the reasons why I got this tattoo was because my grandma, and I just thought it'd be a good idea to do it for someone else rather than just be selfish and do it for myself. The tattoos are greater when they have a deep meaning behind them. So I decided to follow the same direction. This woman impacted my life very greatly when I was a kid. If it wasn't for her, I probably would not have gotten into horror movies because she was a horror movie fan, and she used to let me and my mom borrow her movies. She used to let me and my mom borrow her movies, and she had a lot of old movies like Puppet Master and Friday the 13th and Jason and all that stuff. So yeah. Also, if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have gotten into wrestling. Because at a point in time, me and my mom, we didn't have cable. And when we did have cable, I actually found what channel it was on through my grandma. So when we actually did have cable, I used to watch Raw and I used to watch SmackDown and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay, so yeah. Fix that up just a little bit. Okay, so for the remaining portion of this video, I'll be doing the video by myself. Okay, so pain level wasn't that bad. I'd say a 5 out of 10. There are certain parts that hurt more than the tattoo itself. I think that the parts that hurt the most will probably be my inner forearm. So the soft part where my veins are at, and where people usually get blood tests done, at that part hurt the most. My elbow is another part that hurt the most because, as you can see, they went right over it. So yeah, elbow. I'm not elbow, but my shoulder wasn't necessarily the funnest either because it's a bone up there. So when they were doing this part, it kind of hurt a little bit. I was kind of anxious for the tattoo to be finished a little bit. And the outer part also, this part was also another part that kind of hurt a little bit just because it's the inner part of my arm, so it's softer. Okay, so as for my left arm, the Nightmare Before Christmas is my tattoo, and I'm really proud of this one just because the way that it looks and everything, you know. It's a really good tattoo and I really like it a lot. Let me try and show you it. Yeah, it's a really good tattoo. I'm really proud of it. It's a lot of characters in it. That's the main reason why I'm so proud of it, because I asked them to get as many characters in the tattoo as possible. So it's gonna be upside down, but let me see if I can get the back. This is like the worst part. And I know nobody ever asked me this question, but if I was to name my favorite character that I got tattooed on me, it would definitely have to be Zero. That dog is amazing. That's my favorite tattoo piece out of all of it, is the dog. A few other reasons why I like The Nightmare Before Christmas, or I like the piece that I got, was because it's claymation. And claymation is an art form that's not really put out in mainstream that much. Nightmare Before Christmas took a very long time to make, and it was a hard process to make it. That's why they haven't. That's pretty much the reason why they haven't made another one yet. So okay, so if I was to rate this arm, I would say it was probably like an 8 out of 10. I had to get numbing cream for this arm, and I was really scared when I got it. Well, when I got this one done, I didn't use any numbing cream at all. So, but this one, I knew what to expect. So it has a lot of line work in it. I think it has more line work in this one than it does this one. So I bought some numbing cream, and when he did the line work, I put the numbing cream on it for about, 30 minutes before I had my appointment, and I drove to work with the numbing cream on it. Then when I got in, he told me to wash it off, and then he put the print on my arm. He only printed like the bottom piece, and then I had to come in for another session to do the top piece. He couldn't do it all in one session because it was just so much line work in it. My personality revolves around darkness. It's who I am. It's what I'm about. Another thing that I rarely tell people is that when I die, I want to be like, when I go to wherever I go, if there is a God, not that I believe, but if there is like an afterlife, I would like heaven or hell to be like the Nightmare Before Christmas landscape. So that's another thing I don't really tell people. I just don't want to bum people out though. I'd like to give a shout out to my old childhood friend who I still talk to this day, Spencer. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be into necessarily all the games that I'm into, and I probably wouldn't have as many CDs as I have, because I meant to actually shout that dude out in my CD video, because a few of those CDs a good amount of them actually, he let me have, that we grew up together listening to. So yeah, thanks, man. Okay, so one of the reasons why back on the subject of the Dead Space tattoo though, one of the reasons why I didn't get it was because I kind of wanted color, and blue will show up fine on me, but I wasn't for sure. I didn't want to push it too much because my skin is brown, and I'm not necessarily dark skinned, but I don't know. I'm not light skinned either, so I just kind of wanted to be very careful with what I got, because this is gonna be on me forever. So I wanted to be extra careful about what I got. Make sure it turned out right and looked right for years to come. Okay, so if I was to rate this arm, I would say it was probably like an 8 out of 10. I had to get numbing cream for this arm, and I was really scared when I got it. Well, when I got this one done, I didn't use any numbing cream at all. So, but this one, I knew what to expect. So it has a lot of line work in it. I think it has more line work in this one than it does this one. So I bought some numbing cream, and when he did the line work, I put the numbing cream on it for about, 30 minutes before I had my appointment, and I drove to work with the numbing cream on it. Then when I got in, he told me to wash it off, and then he put the print on my arm. He only printed like the bottom piece, and then I had to come in for another session to do the top piece. He couldn't do it all in one session because it was just so much line work in it. But yeah, the worst parts are the same as the other arm. The shoulder hurt when he was doing Oogie Boogie's mouth. That hurt. The clouds hurt. For those who don't know, these are clouds right here, right? Because I can't get like super close, but I can get close enough. The mayor hurt because you can see he used a lot of black in it. So yeah, that part hurt a lot. The witch hurt a lot too. I say the witch was like a 8 out of 10. And then the mayor was probably like a 7 out of 10. No, I'll say the mayor was like a 9, because he had already finished doing he had detailed it, and then he shaded it, and he went over it like a bunch of times. he went over it so many times. I was like, oh my goodness, this is unbearable. And then I think that's it for pain. The filler hurt. I'd say the filler was like an 8 out of 10, but I was really amazed and happy at how it looked because he drew clouds. Because the filler is the clouds in the town. So, but I was really amazed at how it looked when he was finished with it, and it was overall just a really good job. Okay, so another piece that was done was my wrist, and this cost about $80, and I was really happy with it. I used to draw. The origin story for this was I used to draw stitchings on my wrist when I was a kid. It was just like the most basic thing to do, and I used to think it kind of looked real, so I was like, dude, this would be sick as fuck if I just got stitches on my wrist, you know? And it hurt. It kind of hurt a lot because I'm really skinny. So, yeah, I say probably like a 7. When he did the inside of it, that part it hurt a lot actually. When he did the inside part, that hurt a lot. When he did this part, it didn't hurt that much. I say this part was like a 5. This part is like a 8 and up. It hurt a lot. So yeah. Oh yeah. Also, when he did my wrist bone, that part hurt a lot too. Okay, so now I'm going to do my chest tattoo. So I'm going to take my shirt off. Oh, fuck. Okay, so for this tattoo, it wasn't really planned. It wasn't really planned or anything like that. I just went ahead and did it. It was always kind of something that I thought about, but I wasn't for sure if I would get it or not, because early on I was thinking like, what if I could get a chest tattoo? That'd be sick as fuck. That'd be so nice to just look at every morning. You know, you wake up, you go to brush your teeth or you go to wipe your face in the mirror, and then you just got this huge ass dope chest tattoo. So yeah, I'm actually really happy I have this one. Like when I first got it done, I was like, I couldn't stop looking in the mirror at it because of the wings and everything, you know. It's a really cool piece. It cost me about like $500, and I could have got it in color, but I decided I did not want it in color. Okay, so now on the chest tattoo, it hurt a lot. Like I said, I'd probably say a 10 out of 10. Every second of this tattoo was just as painful as the last, but it was so worth it. The eyeballs were bad. The under part was really bad where he did the roses. Yeah, that hurt a lot. Just everything hurt, but I can take pain. I mean, you know, I've had so many tattoos done already, so I can take pain. So I got it done, and I just couldn't wait to get it over with. But I knew before I actually done this, I was like, when I get this done, it's gonna be on me for the rest of my life, and it is gonna be so worth it. And when I actually got it done, I was really happy. One of the things that I wanted to mention right now that wasn't mentioned in the video is that the person who tattooed me was Ben Ebmeyer from Tooth and Claw is the name of the actual shop that I went to. And I had a really good time making this video and sharing my story. And thank you guys for watching. Alright, bye.
I don't wanna be told to grow up. I don't wanna be told to grow up.